How's it going, YouTube? Got FourthStarTCG here, and today I have a massive Japanese mail day for you. I think this is about $1,500 worth of cards that I've picked up from Japan. Market's going crazy. I am buying lots. So I want to give you a good look at everything that I've picked up over the last probably about a month or so. So without any further ado, let's get into it. The first thing I picked up, I haven't even taken it out of the bubble wrap, Ultra Genesis booster box. Definitely want to keep this sealed. I love the artwork on it. Awesome Mitsuhiro Rita artwork. And this, old Sun and Moon boxes are, in my opinion, fairly reasonably priced. You can usually pick these up for about 30,000 to 3,500 yen, or 30,000 to 35,000 yen in Japan. And, when Battle Partners is over 10,000 yen a box, lots of stuff are really up there. I think these old Sun and Moon boxes are really good purchases. So I did not have an Ultra Genesis booster box in my sealed collection yet, so I picked up one. And yeah, really like it. Got the awesome Arceus, Dialga, and Palkia art on it. Got that awesome special art in there. Lots of other really cool special arts as well in this set. Stuff like the Naganadel and Guzzlord Ayakasube art, just fantastic. So I have a giant stack of cards here. There's so many cards. So let's just pick a package off the top and go through everything. And let's see what I got. We got a big one right off the bat. Check that out. This Arceus V-Star Ultra Rare from V-Star Universe. Just an insane card. All of these Akira Egawa arts are amazing, and these are really going up in value. These used to be pretty cheap. I want to say like the Arceus was maybe 40, 50 bucks or something not too long ago. Now you're looking at 80, 90, $100 for this card, just ungraded, not even in a PSA 10. So I've been trying to pick these up. I think I showed off the Giratina that I picked up in my previous mail day video. So here is the Arceus. Love that. Art rares, another huge thing that are going off now. I've been picking up a lot of art rares, especially the more interesting ones, although they're all really nice. But stuff like the Ghastly, this amazing art. You got the Ghastly there, the Gengar. Gengar is a crazy popular Pokemon these days. So we're seeing record sales for Gengars, and I picked up 2 of the Ghastly art rares. And you'll see a lot of repeats throughout this mail day, I'm sure. We have several Pikachu promos. Again, Japanese Pikachu promo. These are fantastic. You can never go wrong with these. They are in English as well, but I love the Japanese artwork. And, well, it's the same artwork, but I still love the Japanese version. So you'll see more of these as well. Japanese Pikachu promos, especially the full arts, I don't want to get too into the prognosticating and everything, but they basically just go in one direction, which is up. So get in when you can. That's not to say that you're gonna, make money over, a year or two, but over 5+ years, you're probably going to have some kind of a return. Whether that's reasonable return or not, we'll see. Got the Sandaconda V special art promo. These are still super cheap, like $5, $6 for one of these in good condition, which I love that. So I'll definitely pick those up when I can. Got the Drowsy art rare, beautiful Kamiya art. This one that's been going crazy in English. All the art rares in English are just on another level, which is pretty nuts. Japanese hasn't exactly caught up, but still pretty significant. Rises in Japanese as well. But even so, this Drowsy I'm picking up for $15, $20 or something like that. It's really not all that expensive. And the artwork is just fantastic. So again, this is something that you're going to see multiple copies of throughout this mail day. So next up, we got the Pikachu from 151. This is surprisingly cheap to me. I think I'm picking this up for like 13 to 1500 yen, which compared with a lot of the other art rares these days is pretty well priced, I would say. Most of the more expensive ones like the Eevee and stuff are over double that. So I think Pikachu, pretty good. Next up, we have the Latios art rare. I love this Latios, super good from the Paradise Dragona set. Has been slowly going up in value, not as much as some of the other art rares, but I think, you know, maybe it was 700 yen upon release. Once it settled a little bit, now it's going up to maybe 1200 yen or something like that. So, you know, it goes up $5 or something. Not too bad. So bought a couple of those. You'll see some of these throughout this video, just some Sun and Moon holos, especially some of the more popular ones I think are really good buys at this point. They're getting harder to find. Sun and Moon definitely printed less compared to the Sword and Shield and Scarlet and Violet era, and most of these holos are still the same price as holos you'd find in the Scarlet and Violet and Sword and Shield era, you know, 50, 80 yen or something like that. Are these, you know, worth it to grade and sell now? Probably not, but neither were black and white EXs and holos that I was buying, you know, 3-4 years ago, and now those are worth it to grade, so these will probably just sit around for quite a long time if I do want to grade and sell. If not, I mean, come on, that's just a beautiful Hasuno artwork there for what, 80, 120 yen, something like that. I'll do that all day long. Next up, Salamence EX from the brand new Battle Partner set. I love this card. It reminds me of Salamence EX from Dragon Frontiers. These regular full arts are not really all that exciting anymore, what with the special arts and everything, but I still like them a lot. And yeah, I always buy what I like, so I've gotten several of these Salamence EX full arts because they are super cool. Yeah, probably won't be grading them at any point soon. Maybe I'll grade one for my personal collection or something like that. But I still, and they're cheap too, you know, $4 or $5 for one of those. I feel like you can never go wrong with that. Arceus V full art. I think this is one of the few regular V full arts that I'm a big fan of, really like it. And yeah, you'll see several of these in this video as well. Looks like this one's got a print line or something on it, maybe another one down there. But yeah, I do really like this Arceus V artwork. I think the texture on it's really nice. Got an Eevee art rare. I regret not buying more of these earlier, but you know, now they're what, probably $35, $40 ungraded. But I still think that's pretty reasonable. I mean, this is just such an amazing artwork, and again, you'll see several of them throughout this video. And then 3 Squirtles, 151. Can never go wrong with 151. All right. There's going to be a lot here. I should probably go through things faster. But as I mentioned, Sun and Moon Holos, these are very cheap. I picked up a bunch of Jirachis. Picked up some more Giratinas. I mean, just popular Pokemon, Jirachi, Giratina. Meltan, not very popular, but this is a championship series promo, and I think this was, you know, just a couple dollars or something. Picked up some of those. Picked up this beautiful Espeon, beautiful Ryota Murayama art there. Just an uncommon from Sun and Moon 8. I don't know exactly what that set is. Yeah, I just saw this card and I really liked it, and it was really cheap, so I bought it. I got a new Lunala Prism Star. Prism Stars, not all that interesting, but maybe one day people will like them. And I think just for a couple bucks, it's pretty nice. It's like Gold Stars, except they're not shiny and not all that interesting. You can only have one Prism Star card with the is it with the same name in your deck, or only one Prism Star card in your deck? I think it's with the same name. Not sure. It's been a while since the Prism Star cards were legal. And I got a couple GXs, just regular GXs here. Glaceon GX. These are from GX Ultra Shiny, so the reprint version of Glaceon. Again, I always try to buy cards when I think that there's a good kind of balance between when you can still get them in mint condition relatively easily and when the prices start to go up. So my personal opinion is that a lot of Sun and Moon cards are right on that edge right now. So as you'll see, I'm buying a lot of Holos, and you got some Groudons here, a Deoxys, Articuno GX, Lunala GX. I love this artwork. This is one of my favorite 5-ban cards. These Sun and Moon cards are still pretty cheap. Got like the Mew Holo, bunch of those, Articuno, more Giratinas. There's a lot of those Giratinas. I just think Sun and Moon is kind of in a great position right now where it's still relatively cheap, starting to see some fairly good sales of Sun and Moon stuff. I always watch Trainer JI's Monday sales recaps where he talks about everything that he sells and shows it off. That's a great way if you're looking to kind of get into the market. Link his channel if you want to take a look at that. And he's been selling a lot of Sun and Moon, even just the Holos, for relatively good prices recently, probably just because there isn't all that many graded, and it's good to have variety, but I still think that that demand might be there at some point. Scizor Art Rares, love these. These are just fantastic. Again, Art Rares, you cannot go wrong for under, like, almost all the Art Rares are under 10 bucks. Most expensive you're looking at for an art rare is probably the Magikarp, which is actually fairly expensive, like $100 for that one in Japanese. But most other art rares are very reasonable. Picked up this awesome Shinji Kanda Roaring Moon EX from Terra Festival. Unfortunately, this one is off-center, so I'll probably need to buy another one to grade for my collection. But that's just kind of the luck of the draw these days. A lot more scams on Bai and Mercari now, not necessarily with, you know, newer release cards, but it's a more dangerous game to play as a Westerner. So I try to order a lot from card shops and stuff. That way I am a little bit more certain that I'm getting what I ordered. Another Eevee art rare. This one's a little off-center. Don't know if it's off-center enough to knock it down from a 10 to a 9, but I'll have to measure that at some point. So I know PSA, they just do automated measuring now, so yeah, I think everyone should just, you know, get a centering tool and automatically measure their centering. So we got more Arceus Vs here. I think I marked this one because it had, yeah, this one was a little janky. So we will not be grading that one. That'll go in the ungradable pile. All right, next up. Centering is an issue on these modern cards. Beautiful Cresselia, ultra rare from Towering Perfection or whatever the Duraludon set is. But yeah, off-center, left to right. So unfortunately not going to be getting any PSA 10s on that one. Another Arceus V, just one of them there. Another one of these Sandaconda promos. I mean, you cannot go wrong with that. I've been holding off on buying Terra Festival for the most part, generally kind of waiting for prices to settle and availability to go up. I feel like now it's about where it's going to be. Prices probably will continue to come down, but I still want to pick up some of the nice cards that I like. This Sandy Shocks is awesome, and these, like, the non-EVs in Terra Festival are super cheap and really beautiful. So I picked up a good amount of those for my collection. Volcanion EX Special Art from Battle Partners. Really like this artwork. Volcanion is a very cool Pokemon. Happy to grab that. And yeah, even stuff like this Iron Crown EX, the artwork is fantastic. The texturing is beautiful. And just look at that. And this is like less than $5, which is like less than the price of a Terra Festival pack. So I would just, go out, buy these cards. Are they really going to get that much cheaper? Probably not. Stuff like, again, this Iron Hands. Look at this artwork. This is insane. So cool, so beautiful, and, again, $5 or less. I think I picked up 2 of these. Yeah, so I'm not buying a ton of them right now, but definitely wanted to grab a couple for the collection. Iron Valiant EX, again, just mind-bogglingly good artwork, amazing texture, and I think this one's probably $10. So just crazy. Awesome jerky artwork. I don't really like the Terra cards. I just think they look much better without the weird hats and weird crystal. Unless you wanted to make them like the old stained glass Moltres, Zapdos, and Articuno, but then again, you'd have the hats. It's just, I'm not big on Terra as a card mechanic. Got a Master Ball Groudon. This is just my personal opinion, but I think Terra Festival reverse holos, the Pokeball and Master Ball ones, are fantastic. I think they're the best reverses we've ever had because the texturing on them. I'm gonna pull this Groudon out a little bit just so you can see it, but the texturing is so cool. It's like every card is a full art. And every card is specifically textured, right? Every card has its own pattern. Like you can see on Groudon, it's got the eye that is foiled out compared to the rest of its body. The, boulders in the back are textured as well. And then the rest of the card is textured. So it's fantastic. I absolutely love the Terra Festival reverses. Again, now that I think prices and availability have settled a little bit, this was like $20 for this Master Ball Groudon. Regular reverses are like, of the non-playable cards, are like $2. And they all have this amazing texturing. And if you follow what happens to high-class set reverses in Japan, they eventually just disappear. They become very hard to find. Stuff like Best of XY reverses, stuff like GX Ultra Shiny reverses, even starting to happen with like Tag All-Stars and stuff like that. They become pretty difficult to find pretty quickly. And some of those sets, you'd get a reverse in every pack. But with Terra Festival, you only get a reverse. You only get 3 in a box. So there's less of them. That doesn't mean that these are some, insane stonk buy, but I think that if you want reverses from Terra Festival, now is the best time to buy them because they're available, plentiful. And if you want to collect them, do it now during the, while it's in print, during the reprints, and don't wait too long. I bought 4 of these incredible Blood Moon Ursaluna. This reminds me of the Galarian Moltres special art from the Sword and Shield era, which is probably my favorite special art card. That just kind of blew me away and really got me back into modern collecting when that card came out. And yeah, Yano Keiji art here. Not really familiar with this artist too much, but man, did they kill it with this card. And yeah, like $10 for one of these. Can you go wrong? Like, is it really surprising to anyone how much Modern is going up these days with just how good the Modern cards are? I think it really just shouldn't be shocking to anyone, especially the Pokemon Company, which needs to print a bunch more cards to keep up with all the demand. So I got a couple GXs here. You saw some earlier. Ho-Oh, Palkia, a couple of Palkia. There's a Charizard holo from Dragonstorm, I think. There's a Kingdra GX full art from the same set. A couple more Articunos. Those are from Champion Road. Wonder what the condition's looking like on those. Not very good. That one's got some dings on it. Scizor GX, another one from Champion Road. Kyogre. This is one that I saw in one of Trainer JI's videos. He sold this for like, I want to say like 60, 70 bucks or something like that. I saw that, I immediately went and bought all the ones I could find because, you know, come on. So this a little weird Kyogre with its screaming mouth open seems to sell for some amount of money. So I went and picked some up. Awesome meets here at Rita Salamence, big Salamence fan here. We got Suicune. Again, you'll see it picking up a lot of the Sun and Moon holos. Got White Kyurem, Hitoshi Ariga there as well. And more Sun and Moon holos. We got Blastoise here. I think this is from Tag Bolt. Team Up, Japanese version. Two of those. Couple of Gyarados. Love this Kyurem. Very, very cool artwork there. Greninja. Surprisingly, I was only able to find one of these, but I suppose it makes sense. It's a very good holo. Couple of Tag Team GXs. All of these have amazing Arita art, and they're all kind of going up in value. Even just the regular GXs, which is pretty interesting. I got some Buzzwole and Pheromosa. Not all that exciting, but pretty cheap. Mewtwo holos. Lots of Mewtwo holos. We got one Celebi. Some more Kyogres there. I'm a big fan of Kyogre. Can never go wrong with Kyogre. Fortunately, Kyogre has not had an ultra rare card in, I don't know how long. I want to say, like, I think it's actually been like since Double Crisis that Kyogre's had an ultra rare set card. It did have that V in like Crown Zenith, and that was a gym promo. But it's just, and we had the Groudon art rare, which is nice, but we haven't gotten anything for us Kyogre fans in a while. I bought a bunch of Radiant Greninja. These are cheap, and they're shiny Greninjas. Can't go wrong with that. I bought a, goodness, I'm forgetting who this guy's name is, which is it Kamado? Commander Kamado? I'm not sure. I should know. I'm a big fan of Legends Arceus, and that's why I bought this card. But Shining Charizard or Radiant Charizard, these are, again, ridiculously cheap. No shiny Charizard card should be a price that's measured in single dollars, but nevertheless, here we are with this card. So I buy them when I can. Another Eevee art rare, another Iron Valiant EX, more Ghastly art rares, more Blood Moon, and we also got some of the EXs from the Classic Collection. Really like these. I think the artwork is very cool, and again, it's kind of classic. I like that they're just kind of the half art EXs, but they still look to me interesting, cool. It reminds me of the old EX era, which I suppose is the point with the card design and the general art direction of this modern era, but still cool. All right, moving on. Got the Aether Foundation employee. Centering is the bane of my existence on Ultra Shiny GX. It just, from the beginning, it has always screwed me. I think this card is a little off as well, just from left to right. Again, I'll have to measure it and see if it's within the bounds for a PSA 10. Love it if it was, but if not, we'll just have to make do. Got a Nihiligo GX Shiny. Ultra Shiny GX is very affordable these days. Kind of surprising, but I guess the fervor is kind of moved away from shinies and more towards special arts. So in the past, you had your hidden fates, your shining fates, and everything. But now people don't necessarily care about all that. You know, hidden fates is kind of very much gone by the wayside in favor of a lot of the newer shiny sets. And yeah, these shiny GXs, which were 1 per box, Ultra Shiny GX is like a $600 box now or something like that. I believe, don't quote me on that, I'm just pulling that number off the top of my head what I think. But most of these you can still get for 20 bucks, something like that. As I mentioned with reverses, I think reverses in Japanese are awesome cards. Picked up a bunch of Pokeball reverses. We got the starters here. We got Ghastly, got Gengar, Kamiya, Gengar, Kamiya, Ghastly in reverse format. I know these are hard to grade. I probably won't be grading them, at least right now, but again, reverses usually die off fairly quickly after a set goes out of print, at least in my opinion. This one's, I think this Gengar probably follows up that order. So we got another Gengar there. Yeah, more Jolteon. These are all Pokeball. There's no Master Balls here. But, you know, I'm paying like $1 to $2 for these cards, and the artwork is amazing. Keiichiro Ito Moltres. And then I think I bought, 5 Feebas because I love Feebas, and this is an amazing artwork. So, coming down the home stretch here, just got a couple more packets of cards to go through. More Sun and Moon Hollows here. We got more White Kyurem, another Giratina, some Entei, some Suicune GX. That's not one of 5-Band's better artworks there, but it's a Suicune nonetheless. Kagemaru Himeno art on the Raikou, that's pretty cool. Tyranitar, got a couple of those. That one's dreadfully off-center. Absol, awesome there, love that. Zoroark. More Jirachis, you've seen this card before. Some Shin Nagasawa Moltres from Tag Bolt. So that's pretty awesome there. Not too many Sword and Shield era special arts, but did pick up the Unknown. We're getting a little tight for space here, but you got the more Pikachu promos. Got some 151 art rares. Got the Mewtwo, Psyduck, awesome Swablu art rare. I just love this card so much. Susumu hanging out with the Wingulls, and then it tells a story later on with the Altaria, which is just fantastic as well. We got the Braviary art rare. Got a couple of those. Got the Bramblin, beautiful So-So artwork. Fluttermane. All of these art rares are just so good. You really just can't go wrong. Got the Dusknoir, Dusclops, Duskull. These are very playable, so that also inflates their price a little bit. Got the Larvitar, Vivillon, the shiny Palafin. This reminds me of like Black Manta in the Aquaman series, I think. Yes. DC Comics, am I right? Check that Slowpoke out. I mean, come on. Beautiful Tony Shao Aoki art. And we got another Drowsy. You've seen a lot of them. You'll see more. Love that Drowsy. Speaking of Drowsies, we got what, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 Drowsies. Yep. And another Pikachu promo. And let's see, I think we're almost done with this mail day. Probably, yep, you've seen these Ghastlies, more Pikachus, more 151. There's a new one, there's a Groudon. So, yeah, love that Groudon. Really gone up in price recently, pretty crazy. I think I just have a couple more things to show off. Got this box here, which has some cards in it. Again, centering the bane of my existence, Cynthia's spirit, off center, left to right. Beautiful artwork. Did not have one in my collection yet, but probably will have to keep looking for one that I want to grade. Honchkrow V alt art, or special art. We got the Tag All-Stars, Dusknoir and Trevenant special art. Arceus V-Star ultra rare. There's another Sword and Shield era special art. We got the Arceus V special art. Love this card so much. Got the Welder, the male Welder from Tag All-Stars. Another Arceus V, I said you'd see more of those. Another Hisuian Zoroark ultra rare. And another Honchkrow V special art. And last but certainly not least, I have a bunch of sealed promos that I picked up. I think some of these are just the Meltan and Melmetal GX promos. I don't exactly know what they came with or what they were for. They were cheap and I bought them. Another thing that was cheap that I bought a bunch of these promo packs. These are from the like VMAX triple battle set or something like that, all the way back in, is that 2020? Yes, it is, all the way back in 2020. So now we're 5 years old on these. So these come with 4 promo cards you can kind of see along the side. Comes with a Genesect, a Heatran, a Suicune, and a Lugia. So Genesect and Heatran, not all that exciting, but Suicune and Lugia are pretty interesting. And usually the Lugia sells for like 15 bucks raw. And I got all of these promo packs for, I'd say, about half that price. So this was a good deal for me to pick up a bunch of these promo packs. Probably going to crack and grade the Suicune and Lugia on some of them. But if not, I can sell the promo packs, or I can sell the cards raw at some point. So there we go. That's what I'm buying. What do you think? Was all this worth what I paid? Should I have bought more vintage stuff? Am I too far gone on modern these days? Who knows? Let me know in the comment section below. Thank you all very much for watching. Be sure to like and subscribe and stick around for more videos.